All right, it's Sunday, so we're gonna do another round here today. How you doing? It's Mark, and we're gonna do another Scotch Sunday. And today we're doing it in the great outdoors. Not too many nice days we'll have. We'll see if my idiotic neighbor revs up his motorbike again, so then I'm probably gonna throw something at him. But anyway, so today we have Tomatin. I had to look it up repeatedly to find out the correct pronunciation. I had watched several videos, looked at the site. I got three different pronunciations. Finally, on their Facebook page, there was a video of actually the guy who I actually met when he came here to Beaumont from the distillery, and the way he was pronouncing it. So we're gonna go with Tomatin. Okay. So anyway, Tomatin is a 14-year-old. This is a port cask finish. It's 46% ABV, no color added, non-chilled filtered. It's a Highland, and Tomatin was founded in 1897. It was later bankrupted they went bankrupt in 1906. They reopened in 1909. They grew they were kind of not a real big producer for quite a while, and then started picking it up in the 70s, and I think by 1974 they had 23 stills, which was the largest at the time. They had 12 wash stills and 11 spirit stills. And finally, when the crash of the 1980s came in, they pretty much were bankrupted again. They were bought by a Japanese company who owns them to this day. And I think in '86 they were the first fully owned Japanese distillery in Scotland. And again, that's they're owned today by that group. Let's see, what else can I tell you? They're one of the highest. Their elevation is either 1,000 feet above sea level, so their temperature fluctuation is greater than if they were close to the coast, like we are down here. We don't get as much fluctuation in cold and warm temperatures. It stays a little bit more stable, but they're 1,000 feet up. They get a lot more variance in their temperature, which results in their casks breathing, and I hear that helps it mature faster because of that very cold and temperatures that they get. I think minus 20 Celsius at times, so pretty cold up there. This is aged in, what else can I tell you about that? Oh, this won double gold at the San Francisco Spirits Competition in this year, 2009. I think it won silver last year. Let's see, this is aged in European oak port casks. The port was in the casks for roughly around 20 years. So good and porty into the European oak wood there that's there. Okay, so we'll give this a try. I think I've actually tried this before. Let me read you the bottle. And I remembered my glasses today, so we can go with this. Okay. Since 1897, there has been a quiet revolution unfolding in the heart of the Scottish Highlands. High amongst the smooth, rounded peaks of the I'm not even going to, but some mountains that start with an M. There is no room for the rugged and robust. Have patience, a gentle hand, and passion for the purity rule the day. In this spot, the naturally soft water of the Anafav burn is introduced to tender Scottish barley. Later, from the tall, slim copper stills of the Tomatin distillery, a mellow, fruity spirit is born. Gentle maturation in the cool, stable environment found high above sea level lets the subtle character of this distinctive Highlands single malt Scotch whiskey emerge. The use of carefully selected casks ensures that the softer characters of the precious spirit are never overpowered. You have never heard the myths of this often wild and beautiful place, so here's the truth. There is a softer side to the Highlands. There is Tomatin. Tomatin is a 14-year-old soft, smooth, and sweet. It is soft, smooth, and sweet, benefiting from its time spent in tawny port casks, which previously held port for around 50 years. But the balanced aromas of red berries, sweet honey, and rich toffee develop into the aspects of lighter fruits and nuts on the palate, and a biting finish of smooth fruit salad. I think there was something else I was going to tell you. Oh yes, the Tomatin translates to roughly as hill of the juniper bush, and why that's significant is that the juniper bush, when it burns, does not make smoke. So they used a lot of the juniper bush when they were doing illicit stilling prior to opening it legally. Okay, so let's see, what else can I tell you? There's nothing written on the bottle, so it's a 14-year. It's got, you can see it has a deep, deep color. I really don't have anything white I can put behind it, so you can kind of see it. All right, let's open this one up. Outside, I'll just throw it in my backyard. Oh, definitely can smell the port. Woo, strong. Okay, so anyway, you can kind of see the color. Put it up against my arm, maybe kind of dark. Wish I should have. I didn't plan in advance. Sorry, I don't have anything white behind it, so you can see how it is. Okay. All right, give it my roll. Oh man, I can smell the port from don't even have it close to my face yet. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, well, definitely got 46 ABV. I can smell the alcohol in there. I really can't get the whole thing in the picture here, so I'll just leave it there. All right. A lot of fruits, plums. I'm getting plums. Peaches, apricots. A lot of fruit. I don't get any nuts in there. Maybe a little bit of nuttiness in the back, but it's really faint. I'm not getting any honey either, despite what it says. But I'm just telling you what I get. You may get something different, and I may get something different tomorrow if I try it again. That's the great thing about Scotch. The water of life. Not really getting any vanilla or caramel or anything like that. Maybe a little bit of dark chocolate and a little bit of butterscotch, but really the fruit is what I'm smelling. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. One more. Yeah, there's some berry in there too. Okay, sorry, don't get vanilla or butterscotch or caramel or chocolate or any of that. Okay, yeah. I think the strongest thing I get is apricot. Apricot and plum. There is some chocolate on the taste. Definitely some dark chocolate in there. A little bit of honey. Still not getting any of the nuttiness. But overall, it's not bad. I was really worried the ABV that this was going to have be a lot harsher. But really, it's I guess 46 really isn't that high anyway, is it? It is 46, right? Yeah, I guess it's really not that high anyway, so. Very good. Not my favorite, but not horrible. Do get a little bit more. I'm starting to get some of the butterscotch on after I've had it in my mouth. But really, I think I'm gonna go with that. With definitely the port comes through, the European oak a little bit, not so much, but the really, I think the biggest thing is the dried fruit. Apricots and plums is what I'm tasting. And again, the 46 ABV, not bad at all. It's not, I'm not getting a wicked burn, not getting that peppery. It's not very hot. Quite good in that aspect. Again, probably not my favorite, but it really isn't bad. And I'm trying to, and as I said before, trying to get these scotches for people who will kind of just trying to dabble in it a little bit. I'm buying fairly inexpensive scotches. This was probably 60, 64 maybe dollars. And again, I'm not only trying to buy them inexpensive scotches, also trying to buy things that are going to be available for a while as much as I can. I have done a couple private editions in there and limited editions, and I'll do those on occasion. Probably because I'm running out of some of the chords that I'd like to try. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.